They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. But instead, it just kept on raining.
Anything for me to collect? About time. How long have you had this one?
Mrs. Jenner.
Hello, Mrs. Tenby. How are you?
Oh, well, much better than Mr. Ashby. Have you heard?
Gout playing him up again. I told him to lay off the port.
Stomach ulcer.
And the spicy food. The government should use him as a health warning.
Yeah, would you like to sign his card?
This leaves us with a problem, doesn't it? The children are expected to see Father Christmas this afternoon. Bert was all geared up for it. He was bulking up especially, so he said.
It is such a shame. You know, we had the same problem at the church, well, until Dr. Haskey volunteered.
Would he volunteer again, do you think?
No, I do not think so.
That's a tall order. 11th hour. The medical staff will be too busy.
Well, don't worry, I will ask around.
Thank you.
Hey, for you, it might not matter. What about the person who has this book after you? If you refuse to take care of the hospital's books, then you'll be banned from borrowing them.
There he goes again.
Act of vandalism. That's what this is. What?
He's 11.
Old enough to know better.
Don't you worry about Mr. Copeland. The bear with a sore head.
These kids, they have very little respect, not just for books, but for everything.
At least he is interested in books. Many prefer computer games. You should go easy on the children. Many of them are very weak and vulnerable.
They're strong enough to mutilate a perfectly good book. My heart's bleeding, Mrs. Tenby. What's this? A holiday camp?
No. But it is our job to make sure that their stay here is as pleasant as possible. Do you not think?
Needy children, give generously, Christmas. Needy children, give generously, Happy Christmas. Needy children. Oh, thank you very much. Needy children, give generously, Merry Christmas. Needy children.
Oh, Eddie, there's a separate section for biographies, remember? You left this one on the fiction shelf again. That man gets more uppity by the minute. Why do you suppose he does voluntary work when he clearly doesn't enjoy it?
Yes, well, Mr. Copeland is very particular. His bark is worse than his bite.
Ah, more Christmas shopping?
How's the head?
Actually, I woke up feeling fine.
Maybe because you're still drunk.
No, I'm all right. Mind you, though, it probably helped that the evening wasn't sponsored by Al Haskey's home brew. Or it might just be that both my hangovers have cancelled each other out. How's the eye?
Fine.
Something wrong?
Yeah, I've lost my wallet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you leave it at the shop?
I don't think so. It's possible.
Well, let's go and check. I'll give you a lift.
If you're okay to drive.
I'm fine. You can breathalyse me if you like.
I'd rather stick pins in my eyes.
Well, apart from Mr. Ashby, you are the only male volunteer.
Ask one of the porters.
Well, I think this would be good for you.
What is this? A conspiracy to make me look stupid?
Nothing of this sort. I think the patients will see you in a whole new light, especially the children.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, some of them find you a little bit intimidating.
You mean they're scared of me?
Well, have you been anywhere else between here and the mill?
No.
Have you cancelled your cards yet?
Oh, great. There goes my lunch hour.
Oh, it usually only takes a 5-minute phone call.
Not for me. Have you seen how many cards I've got?
Oh. Oh, look.
Oh, my God. They stinks of whiskey.
Ho, ho, ho!
Pounds?
Needy children, give generously. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho! Give generously. Needy children, needy children.
We have our Father Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Copeland.
Eddie?
Yeah, the experience will bring him out of his shell.
I wouldn't say that he was in a shell. More like an armoured truck.
It will soften his image, especially in the eyes of the children.
He volunteered?
Yeah, with a little gentle persuasion. Now, Mr. Ashby is happy for us to, well, loan his Santa suit. In fact, I will go and collect it now.
You don't have a car, do you?
Well, no, it is a brisk walk, 1 or 2 miles at the most.
Let me save you the trouble. I'll drive over in my lunch break.
Are you sure?
Of course. In the meantime, you can finish wrapping the children's presents.
Thank you. Well, that is very kind.
I guess I'm gonna have to live life like a Trappist monk for the next week. Merry Christmas.
Oh, look, I can lend you some money. Well, enough to tide you over.
That's very kind, but don't worry about it.
No, it's fine. There's no trouble.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm sure that I put my purse in my pocket just after I... Drunk Santa?
Maybe it was a decoy.
Santa Claus distracts the passers-by and then the accomplice picks their pockets.
I reckon so.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, children.
Looks like Santa's moved on.
Yeah, and his little helper.
What time are the children expecting me?
Oh, not until after lunch. Oh, you have plenty of time to prepare.
Will there be some sort of dress rehearsal?
Yeah, that would defeat the object.
Oh, I don't mean with the children. Just, I don't know what to say to them.
Then I think you will play your part with great aplomb. But if I can help, I am happy to role play.
Okay, good. I'd like to try on the costume. Where is it?
Oh, it is still at Mr. Ashby's. Mrs. Jenner is going to collect it in her lunch break.
Did you tell her that I'm going to be Santa?
Yes, of course I did.
Good luck with that.
Bushy white beard, chronically overweight, red suit, red hat.
Didn't say ho, ho, ho by any chance, did he? It's going to be more difficult than you think this time of year.
In other words, don't hold your breath.
What about the other guy?
Tallish, youngish, didn't see his face, wearing a hoodie.
Did you have any personal items in your wallet? Anything that would help to identify it to you? Like a driving licence or photographs?
Well, thank you again, Mrs. Jenner. Though I think I might have to take the costume down. Mr. Copeland is a little taller than Mr. Ashby.
There's no need. I have good news. Dr. Woodruff has agreed to be our Father Christmas.
Dr. Woodruff?
The paediatric consultant. Quite a coup, eh? He has a wonderful way with children. Many of the patients know him already.
Well, they all know Mr. Copeland.
Indeed.
And he volunteered first.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
But why would you ask Dr. Woodruff when Mr. Copeland has already said yes?
The children don't like Eddie. Even you admitted that. And I suspect he was just humouring your little project.
What do you mean, my little project?
Oh, nothing. Look, I'm sorry about the mix-up, but I think we have the best man for the job.
Waste of time.
Well, you know, you might need a crime number if you're going to claim against the insurance.
Yeah, more red tape, like I haven't got enough to think about.
Well, we're not going to get very far with some cancelled cards. I'm sorry, was it a nice wallet?
Oh, I couldn't care less about the wallet.
All right, I'm only trying
What
to...
the hell am I going to do for a week without my cards?
Look, you're behaving as if this is somehow my fault. Yeah, I'm a victim here too, you know. If I wasn't trying to help you, I'd still have my purse.
Right, let's just go back to work, huh?
Fine.
Let me guess. She hasn't given you the costume.
Mrs. Jenner is under the impression that you are indifferent.
Is she?
Well, she thinks Dr. Woodruff would do a better job. We have to prove her wrong.
Forget it. As soon as you mentioned Susan's involvement, I knew she wouldn't let it happen.
Let what happen?
A Black Santa.
Are you suggesting that Mrs. Jenner is racist?
Of course she is. Not in an obvious way. And it might not even be deliberate. But it's in her all the same.
No. No, she has always struck me as a kind and decent person.
Maybe she is, if you happen to be white, or if you don't mind being condescended to.
No, I think you are being unfair. Now, Mrs. Jenner spends a lot of her spare time doing charitable work. Not just here, but elsewhere in the community.
And this excuses her dubious behavior?
No, but...
Bigots don't always wear a pointed hat, do they?
I'm not so sure. With Sergeant Hollins in the case, I'm sure it'll be no time at all before the villains are caught red-handed. Or red-suited. See what I did there?
Very good. Don't give up your day job.
Still suffering?
Oh, 2 nights of drunken debauchery on the trot. Oh, I feel like a student again, only without the resilience to alcohol poisoning.
Did you manage to catch up?
Yes, 2 patients.
Look, I'm sorry about earlier that I was a little bit offhand. I don't even know why I let it get to me. I was thinking about going to the bank lunchtime. Get some cash out, tide me over.
Yeah, I should do that too.
You want to tag along?
Okay.
He still expects to take the role, and I am loath to disappoint him.
I refuse to mess Dr. Woodruff about. He's a very busy man.
Exactly. I'm sure he has more urgent concerns.
It's all arranged. I've already apologized for our cross purposes. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Could you explain to me what you meant when you said your little project?
Oh, really, Mrs. Tenby, it was just an off-the-cuff remark. It didn't mean anything in particular.
You must have meant something by it. I'm sorry if I am making a mountain out of a molehill. But I found the remark very, well, curious. So please, if you could clear up any misunderstanding.
I suppose what I meant was that you're very eager for our Father Christmas to belong to an ethnic minority. You want to redress the balance?
But that did not even cross my mind.
Really? Well, it doesn't much matter now, does it?
Well, now that he's being represented by a white man, you mean?
That is not what I mean.
And what if we did have a Black Father Christmas? What would be so wrong with that?
I didn't say there'd be anything wrong with it.
This hospital has a multicultural policy. Perhaps we should start reflecting this.
Yes, we could, only Father Christmas is white, isn't he? A black Santa Claus would be like a white man pretending to be Martin Luther King.
That is completely different. Dr. King was a vital historical figure.
The same could be said about St. Nicholas.
Exactly, and I think you will find that St. Nicholas was born in a pot which is now known as Turkey, and his skin would not have been particularly fair.
Oh, you're saying Dr. Woodruff's too white to be Father Christmas?
I did not...
Dr. Woodruff!
Hello.
Thank you for helping us out. Here we go. With the aid of a couple of pillows, it should be a perfect fit.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not that she's precocious. Not in the least. She's wise beyond her years. She's bright, she's funny.
I love the name Gigi. It's from that film, isn't it, with Audrey Hepburn?
You mean the musical?
Yes.
About a whore?
Oh.
A trainee whore. Anyway, it's Leslie Caron, not Audrey Hepburn.
It's a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, my ex-wife hasn't seen it. You know, it was her idea to name her Gigi.
Is she looking forward to Christmas?
Who?
Gigi.
I guess so. I hope so.
Have I upset you? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned the film.
No, you haven't upset me. It's just that I don't often get to speak to Gigi. Thanks to her mother.
I'm sorry.
So she got what she wanted. A Caucasian Father Christmas.
Yes, she won.
Don't let it bother you. I didn't want to do it in the first place.
I feel like we have been outmaneuvered. Mrs. Jenner's behavior was not very edifying.
20 minutes ago, she was Mother Teresa.
No, not at all. I've just seen another side to her character, that is all. Why did you sign up for volunteer work in the first place?
Don't I seem very public-spirited?
I am curious, that is all.
It was my wife's idea. My late wife. She thought it would ward off the loneliness in her absence.
And has it?
No. Now that Janet's gone, I like to spend the time by myself with a good book. The company of others is not such a pleasure, more an inconvenience.
A good book is one of life's great joys, I agree. And yet, no man is an island.
Maybe I am the exception.
What you've spent is my whole month's food budget. I mean, where do you get your groceries? Harrods?
Grandad, well, this is it. It's a good spot. It's packed for shoppers. There's no CCT. Got to do one.
Frank, it's not worth it. Let me call the police. The game is up, Grandad.
We will do what we can to sort it out. Thanks very much.
Come in.
Back off! Come here, Mercury. Get off this! Drop the bag! Get off!
Oh, now, I have some good news. Dr. Woodruff had no notion that there was a prior volunteer. Now, he was more than happy to relinquish his role. So, looks like you will be playing Father Christmas after all.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Temby. I won't.
Oh, but you must.
This ridiculous business has only confirmed that I don't belong here. I just spoke to the volunteers coordinator. I've quit.
Is this because of Mrs. Jenner's behavior?
Not entirely, but it didn't help.
Have you mentioned it to Mr. Larrabee?
Of course not. Nothing can be proved. Even if it could, it would only be brushed under the carpet.
No, I disagree.
Let it go, Mrs. Temby. Prejudice is ingrained in people like that. You can't change the way they think.
I don't even think that Mrs. Jenner is aware of her prejudice. Perhaps if someone else mentioned it to her.
Someone white? A white guy to point it out, for her to accept it? I rest my case. The woman is a lost cause.
No one is a lost cause. You are too ready to see the worst in people.
Perhaps. And perhaps you are too ready to see the best in them. Do you think people can recognize their flaws, their bigotry, and suddenly change? Experience teaches us a different story. You should know that.
Thomas!
Here, check the bag. Oh, still. Toe rag.
Do you for assault, kid, right?
Ah, well, what a coincidence. My purse.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Trent Marsden. Thank you. I've got him now. I see you've got yourself a new partner. What are you doing, helping Santa top up his pension?
Bagsy's. He charted with us.
Yeah, right. I'm arresting you both on suspicion of theft and obtaining money by deception. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention one question, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Good. OK, you two, I'm going to need a statement down the station. I'll take the bag. Come on.
Ah, nice work, Batman.
I knew we couldn't rely on Eddie. That's why I asked Dr. Woodruff in the first place.
I'm sorry, that is not why he left.
Sorry won't cut it. Now we don't have a Santa at all. How's that for racial equality? I can't very well ask him again, can I?
Mr. Copeland told me why he was leaving. He felt that he did not belong here.
Really? Well, I can't say that he'll be missed.
He was very upset with your attitude.
My attitude? What are you trying to say? Is he accusing me of being a racist? Is that what he means? Oh, Eddie's never liked me. I'm not surprised he's resorted to playing the race card. I expected better of you.
Well, I am sorry to disappoint you. But from what I have witnessed today, the cap fits.
How dare you? My attitude has nothing to do with the colour of Eddie's skin and everything to do with his objectionable personality. You can break the disappointing news to the children. After all, it's entirely your fault.
What is it?
It's a bookmark. Promise me you will use it.
Thank you.
And don't buy any of those funny devices. A book is something you hold in your hands. You need to smell it, feel it. For real. It's not just pages with words. It's magic. It can take you anywhere. So long as you have a book in your hand, you will never be alone.
Thank you.
By the way, the book you mentioned earlier was a fictional biography.
So?
So I placed it in the appropriate section. Never mind. You want to know. It isn't, is it?
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, I do believe it is the real Father Christmas.
Now, have you been a good boy?
Goodbye, and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! Ah, it's lovely to see you. Now I have plenty presents for everybody. I know exactly what you would like. There you go. That is especially for you because I know you have been a good boy. Ho, ho, ho!
Go, Frank.
You should have seen him. He didn't even flinch, cool as a cucumber.
Well, hello, Mr. Bronson. I've been hearing all about you and your vigilante justice. You kept your ninja skills hidden under a bushel, haven't
Yes,
you?
and lucky for your boyfriend that he has.
Emma's talking it up. It was just basic self-defense.
Oh, no, come on. Not everybody would have waded in like that.
No, you did your bit. It's Batman without Robin.
Yes, well, my guy was a drunken OAP, so I was evenly matched.
I couldn't have done it without you. The annoying thing is, it's not the financial loss, it's the distrust that it engenders. When something like this happens, it's the real charities that take a hit.
Too right. So, what's next? Leatherbridge Mafia?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the first one I took. It's the only copy I've got.
She's adorable.
She was. Still is.
The theft of a personal item is, well, it's just so much worse, isn't it? It can feel so invasive. Look, what I'm trying to say is, I understand why you were so upset earlier.
Thank you for today.
You're welcome.
Today is going to be perfect.
We are holding the fort, and this is the front line.
Hey, wedding schmedding. We are going to the evening do. The tears and the fights.
What?
It sounds
Lame. Sorry, Dad. After all the secrecy, I thought it was going to be something...
exciting, amazing.
Monty.
Time to take your seats.
One man's just struck